Hey YouTube, this is SoulPrime13 saying welcome to another video review. This is going to be another retro review. This is a find I got off of eBay. This is the Golden Armor Robots in Disguise 2015 Deluxe Class Grimlock? I think it's a Deluxe. It might be a Warrior. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't get, a box or instructions. I got it off of eBay, but came in good condition. Nice figure, and I think this is actually the only Robots in Disguise figure I currently own. Technically, I do have one other version of this Grimlock, but it's just a Legends class, so a little tiny one somewhere. But I gotta say, I do like how he looks in the OG colors. I was not really a fan of the green that they made him. And I will admit that as far as this Grimlock, I always found his design a little dopey. Which is probably one of the reasons I'd never really picked up a version of this sooner. I didn't even know this figure existed until I was browsing eBay, but found a good deal on it, and I was like, hey, that looks okay, I'll go ahead and grab it, and I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with it. It's a nice figure. Here we got his chest. He does seem to have a mouth plate rather than an actual mouth, which I believe is how he looked in the cartoon, having an actual mouth, I mean. It does have ratcheted joints, some ratcheted joints elbow. They're a lot easier this way than they are this way. Does have 360 at the shoulder, some in and out, that's about as far as it goes. Some movement at the wrist for transformation. He does get side to side on his head, but not a full 360. Legs can go that far and that far back. We do get under 90 degrees at the knee, no ankle tilt. We do get some outward movement, at least at the legs, so that's nice. And you can move these other arms here if you want to make them look weird. I gotta say, like, I'm just gonna show you this. Pull these out. When I see him like this, for some reason, it reminds me of that episode of SpongeBob where he had those giant inflatable muscle arms, was wearing them over his actual arms. I feel like I'm looking at that, like he's pulled off these big extendo arms and he's got these little scrawny arms underneath. Like, oh, I'm so sweaty under all that. I don't know. I just think it's amusing. But yeah, that's what I see when I look at that. Yeah, no waist rotation. Does have, again, you can make him have an extra set of arms if you really want to. But yeah, nothing too crazy there. We'll just do one quick little size comparison. Here he is with the missing link / G1 Prime, just to give you an idea of how tall he is. But yeah. And then, yeah, overall, I do like it. Again, this is a repaint in those sort of G1 colors, and I really do dig it. But yeah, I think that's about it. We'll move on to transformation. So yeah, you're gonna wiggle these arms out and move the dino ones forward as you do. And yeah, you can see he looks a lot weirder with those little arms, little T-Rex arms. And then we're gonna come back here to the legs, and we're going to pull these pieces outward to the side. And at first I thought these might be loose or possibly partially broken, but it's just, as they move, they lock in perfectly fine. They're totally solid. Yeah, we're going to do that on the other side as well. Sort of unhook that. Then we're going to come in here, and on this side we're going to flip out this tail piece. I do like that they sort of molded a fake one in on the other side to make it more symmetrical. I know a lot of people don't like faux parts, but I think that's warranted because, you only need to have it on one side, because if you were to split that part, it would be really thin and a lot more likely to break. So I will take sturdiness over real parts. Anyway, we're going to bring those together, get this dino head up and out of the way. Out of my way. Bring that tail the rest of the way together, and just bring this up till it sets against his back, and then you can fold those feet down like so. Then we can bring these dino leg arms and they will sort of slot over his hips here. And yeah, this peg sort of goes into a groove, and then this whole assembly goes into this sort of like cutout part, like so, like so. And then we fold up the hand, rotate this 180, fold up the hand, rotate 180, and then we just sort of orient all this, and there you have him in his dino mode. Rawr. And he is still a little bit dopey and a big chubby T-Rex, but oh, hang on, this isn't plugged in all the way. There we go. But I do like it. I do like it more than I expected to, and I do think those OG colors do bring it out a little bit more menacingly, especially with those red eyes. I do think those red eyes look really nice, and he does have an opening closing mouth with this little lever here. I do rather enjoy that as well. You can munch on some Deceptichops. Nom nom nom. And yeah, he still has some posability in the legs due to them being his robot arms. But yeah, it's just a nice little piece, a nice little bit to add on to my Dinobot Grimlock shelf. So very nice figure. We'll bring in the Missing Link Prime again just to give you an idea of how he looks, you know, just size-wise. But yeah, a nice little find I got off eBay. Happy to add this one to my collection, and you know, I got it for a pretty good price. I think it was under $20 after shipping. And yeah, you know, it's I'm always happy to add these, you know, figures that I was unfortunate to miss out on into my collection, even if it does cost me a couple extra bucks. You know, obviously there's, you know, a limit to what I'll pay. You know, some people are charging, you know, 300 times more than, you know, the original retail price. I'm not paying that. I've already made some mistakes paying, you know, like $30 over and having a knockoff or broken. So, but yeah, I shouldn't be rambling about that right now. But yeah, nice little figure, very cool. I do find it a little odd that his hands are on the outside, like that. But, you know, it's no big deal. Again, I do think that overall he looks nice, and it does kind of add a little bit of extra detail to those legs. Anyway, yeah, I don't think there's really much point in giving a rating on an older figure like this. I think, you know, if you find one for a good price, he's at least worth picking up. He's not, you know, going to be the definitive Grimlock by any means, but fun little figure. Happy to have him. But yeah, that's about it for this little mini retro review. So this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.